I want to bring you back. You had mentioned COVID. I want to make sure that folks that are listening understand what that means. Would you mind sharing with the viewers just a quick definition of what that is?
There was some interference and I couldn't hear what you said.
I'm so
sorry.
sorry. I'm so sorry. You had mentioned in building the into the process that these 6 other countries already had built into. I think you called it COBIT.
Oh, COBIT. Yeah.
COBIT. Would you mind sharing with the viewers the definition of COBIT, what that is, just briefly?
I'm probably going to be a little rusty explaining it, but
Shoot me for
COBIT pretty much defines every type of technology process you would need in a technology organization, whether it's infrastructure, security, et cetera, et cetera. It covers everything, and it created a very detailed technical standard that a lot of businesses adhered to at first, and then kind of built on that and created their own version of it, which is what City did. But you can still see references to COBIT. Yeah.
And I wanted to make sure we drew out that distinction, especially in this time period of COVID.
COVID, yes.
And so I wanted to ensure folks knew what we were referencing and why. And yes,
good point.
So thank you very much. One of the things that we love to talk about is when we're talking about a volunteer organization that you put years of and hours of your life into. So that comes to, there's a joy there for nonprofits that I find. What are some of the other extracurricular or any kind of nonprofit or extracurricular hobbies that supported that joy that you had in giving?
Oh, wow. I'll specifically speak to getting to Asia. And I don't know if it's exactly the same, but when I first got to Asia, it was such culture change, even though Singapore is Asia 101. It's a total melting pot of cultures. Asia, Europe, all over. Once I had my work life kind of settled and organized and felt confident that I knew my role and knew my team and knew what we needed to accomplish, I was talking to one of the city HR representatives that I had worked with during my move and saying, my social life was kind of not happening. And he suggested that I look into internations.org. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No.
But it's a networking organization for people who have traveled away from home for work. So they're not living in their homeland, home city, expat kind of lifestyle originally. Was founded in Germany, internations.org. So I found out about it. I started going to meetings, and it was primarily social initially, but they had a lot of special interest groups, and they had a lot of business people that were marketing themselves and looking for, say, financial management clients or things like that. But I met some of the most amazing people that I've met in my whole life through internations.org that will be friends forever. And it was the perfect way to get out into a safe environment with a bunch of different people that were very, very much people persons, who, would step up and introduce themselves and start a conversation and pretty much expect you to do the same.
Yes.
Um, they also encouraged young people, university people, to look for mentors or people in a career they thought they might be interested in to carry on conversations. And we had different social, occasions.
Yep.
The Singapore chapter grew tremendously while I was a part of it, while I was there. And it just shows that that kind of common bond,
Hmm.
whether it's project management, program management, or it's being an expat, it's living in a new country, in a new environment and culture, how you can find like-minded people
Yes.
and get support and make friends through those organizations. So it was a great experience for me.
And what I hear is that as much joy and value that you receive from giving to a nonprofit organization, it gives back and giving you
Oh,
that
absolutely.
community. That's a
Absolutely.
beautiful thing.
Yeah.
While well, first I wanted to, we're heading to a close. Is there anything else that, before I ask my last question, that you would like to share with our members and our hopefully soon new members?
I think project management, the essence of understanding where you start, what do you do next, the people aspects, the process aspects, the timing, status reporting, whether it's just telling your husband where we are in this project or telling a president of a company where we are in this project, um, is applicable to just about everything we do in life. I mean, I have a totally different role now, working for information security, cybersecurity at Citi. It's somewhat a process role as well, because we have a security application security testing standard that we own and need to maintain and constantly needs to be updated based on new technologies and what's happening in the world and what the bad actors out there are doing and what we
Oh,
need to be testing against. So it's
yes.
very, very similar. So
What an exciting space, because the
yes.
technology is changing all the time. Here I
Uh,
thought we were coming to a close, and we're not, because you just threw out another exciting turn in your career. So you came back from
yeah.
Singapore in about 2016?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And
I stayed with the same group because I had moved to the information security, the Secure SDLC group
okay.
while I was in Singapore,
Okay.
because North America took over the process team
Okay.
completely. So our team phased out and I had to help those team members find other jobs and roles either in
Wow.
Citi or outside Citi. So that was a tough time, but everybody worked it out. And once everybody was taken care of, I had relationship with the director of the team for Secure SDLC, and he reached out to me and I said, hey, I'm going to be available. So I moved over to his team and I was the Asia lead for Secure SDLC until I left in 2016. Funny enough, the real reason I left is Singapore has mandatory retirement. And I would have been out of a job if I had stayed another year. So I talked to my boss and I said, I think it's time for me to move back because I'm not ready to stop working.
Goodness.
Yes.
Oh, well, we don't have that here, do we?
No, thank God. Thank God.
That'd make quite a few people frustrated, because it is the passion and the joy that you have for your career and your career path. It just, it comes right through, and nobody
Yeah,
wants. That's part of your life. It's not a job. It's not a career. It's your life.
true. It's
So,
very
so
true.
you were able to relocate back into Florida?
Yep. They told me I'd be in Tampa because they were moving a lot of information security people to Tampa. And I'd never
Okay.
lived here, worked here before, but I absolutely love it. Absolutely. It's been very, very good for me since I moved back in 2016.
That is fabulous. Fabulous. So one of the through lines that I keep hearing, which is a lady can join the Navy and have a great career, is and how how important it is to listen and to let the universe also help guide you. Um, but for you, what I'm also hearing, and correct me if I'm wrong, or if, please modify and add, but it's really um, people and process and just,
People and process. Yes.
yeah,
Yes. Excuse me. And not being afraid to take chances. Trust your gut. Be
yes.
a leader.
And I think that's another webinar we might want to have with you, which is how do you find that confidence to be a leader and be that servant leader that our roles demand of us, and guide those projects and programs in a way in different cultures and in different areas and different industries. And how do we bring those skill sets forward and have confidence within ourselves to bring those skill sets forward? So we're coming back to you.
Oh, that's so nice. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much for your time. So
My
appreciate it.
pleasure.
Very much appreciate it. So everyone, this is Judy Frye. Thank you, past president of PMI Rochester. And we will hopefully be talking to her again soon.
Thank
Thank you,
you,
Judy.
Christine. Bye.
Bye.